Recently, I had the opportunity to hire the media buyer that did Petlabco as well as Alex Hormozi's new book launch. And I pretty much told him like, hey, come into my agency, do coaching calls. We have about 5 media buyers right now. And I want to have them share their constraints, questions they have, and you just answer the questions like a coaching call. So that's what we did. I took down a bunch of notes and hopefully you can find this valuable. If you stay till the end, I'll give you one thing you could do for upsells, both for if you run an e-commerce brand or if you're an agency trying to get better results for your clients. You can implement this one thing and it will transform your business and it'll also give you a lot of clarity on upsells. First one is going to be get clear on your goals. So for a brand like Petlabco, most other brands, so like even my clients, they're only optimizing for a high ROAS. But what if you optimize to sell to a big company like Walmart? What if you made literally nothing? You made $0, but it allowed you to scale so much quicker. And Petlabco, their goal was to scale to over 100 million. I think they did over 120 million last year. And imagine if you could sell 40% of your equity to Walmart, make $40 million, put that cash in your pocket, and then be able to expand retail and be the #1 supplement in the pet industry. And I'm pretty sure that is exactly the big play strategy for Petlabco. It's not necessarily optimizing. Do you think they have like just a way higher ROAS than everybody? And that's why they're able to scale. They're just more aggressive at the end of the day. And that's something that you can consider in your business. You may be saying, well, I don't have seed money. I'm a bootstrap company, whatnot. But still imagine if you were like literally just breaking even or making like 1% profit margin or just enough to cover your inventory. And like, imagine how much faster you can be able to scale rather than optimizing for profit. So just a thought, just a strategy you can use. The second thing is aim for your average order value times conversion rate to be at least $250. So if you have an average order value of $100 and your conversion rate is 2.5, that means that's $250 right there. So you want the best brands, the biggest brands, they're above $250. Doesn't mean you can't have a successful business if you're below that, but really a minimum to set would even be like 150. If you're below 150, you really need to work your offer, your pricing, your offer. Alright, so that conversion rate. And that is going to transform your business a lot. It's going to make you a lot more profitable. Number 3, implement a buddy program. So even if you already have a creative agency, whatever it is, a buddy program is where you can send an email 2 to 4 weeks after your clients receive the product, and then you can collect UGC and testimonials. This is going to be probably one of the most authentic forms of content. And then you could still have your creative agency. It's just an abundance of creative. When you are scaling, you need an abundance of creative, and then your agency can edit up, put the hooks, the bodies, the CTAs all together. This is going to be super impactful. You can put it on your YouTube, you can put it on your website, in your creative, and so on. The next thing is going to be add before and afters to your landing pages. So if there's a clear problem that you solve, let's say it's hair loss, let's say it's itchy skin, let's say it's joint issues, have that before and after, use that in your creative, use that on your website. The 5th thing is going to be hip and joint. If a hip and joint is, let's say, higher LTV, even if, let's say, your ROAS is lower, but you know that hip and joint, this is an example for a pet brand, but think about what products and services in your industry. For example, I know that email in our company is the highest LTV for our clients. So why wouldn't I try to sell more clients on email, knowing that it's way long, like people just retain with us way longer. And you can do the exact same thing in your business. Imagine if you lose $30 for a hip and joint client, but in 6 months, you know you have the highest LTV across the board and your contribution margin is much higher. Something to consider with your product lines. The next thing is going to be Zoom interviews for your customers. So these responses can be gold. You can literally seed the questions and it's a Zoom interview with you and your customers. So not only going to learn more about your customers, which will help in your marketing, but also too, you can reuse this stuff as an ad or on your website. Number 7 is going to be video ads. You're doing really well. And the reason why is because in a video ad, you have the opportunity to do objection prevention. So for example, one thing with one of our clients, we sell a super expensive dog bed. So we're literally handling that objection that it is expensive, but it's way better to go with our option rather than buying a cheap bed on Amazon, which you definitely could do, but you're going to go through 3 of them in a year where you could just like get the best one on the market. So that's another thing. Number 8, get over 100 reviews with photos for your product. So if you are a newer brand, get at least 100 different reviews. People look at the reviews, make sure you have reviews that cover unique selling propositions and things that actually will strike a chord with these pet parents. Also, Trustpilot. We did a internal internal study at our agency, Trustpilot is a third-party review system that people actually trust, pet parents actually trust. The next one is Amazon. Aside from that, people just don't trust reviews on a website. You will have a lot more trust and credibility with your potential new customers and clients if you do have Trustpilot on your website. Just something to consider. If you don't want to spend the money on it, I would encourage it, but definitely at least get 100 reviews with photos and so on. Create an article page. This is for more expensive products. You can warm people up. It just works really well. You warm them up, then send them to the product page. You can make this real quick, and Replo is something to use. And then you can have them buy either quantity of 1, 3, or 6. Ads like try it. And if it doesn't work, you get a full refund. That works really well. And then number 11, make ads for most common Facebook comments on your ads. So if you get a bunch of comments like, hey, will this work for my dog? Or like, how many do I need to get? Make ads around this. So this is how you can answer all the questions like an FAQ, and you do it in the ad. So then by the time they're already pre-sold, and then they'll just buy it once they land on your website. And then the last thing, what I wanted you to say to the end for is giving you a bunch of clarity on upsells. For an upsell, offer the same product, but then just take off 20 to 30% or even 15%, whatever makes sense for your business, and have that be an OTO one-time offer and have a 50% take rate. So if you do not have a 50% take rate, try to keep reworking it until you get that 50% take rate. And then you could do logic and then do a yes or no, and then send them to another upsell. The tech for this, you could either use Zipify or Monster Upsells. They've already bought the thing that they want, just sell them more of it. And a lot of people, if you do it correctly, they'll just buy more of it. You shouldn't feel like you're, scamming people or anything like that. You're literally just giving them more of what they already wanted in the first place. So those are going to be the 12 different things that I picked up from this coaching call. It was super valuable for my team. Obviously there's some, private stuff that I can't, say on this video, but I hope everything I talked on is going to be helpful to your business, and enjoy.